You know that when I was a kid, one of the things that I was fan to an extent that you cannot imagine was He-Man. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. I couldn't have been more fan of He-Man if I wanted. I still remember the first episode that I watched of He-Man. It was so awesome. I remember that he had to crush some kind of crystal to save, I don't know, the universe. That was the first episode. I remember the first episode I watched of He-Man back in the 80s. And I collected the toys, and I was a fan of, well, and I remember that movie with Dolph Lundgren. I actually did not watch that movie. I should watch that movie at some point. But it turns out that they are making a movie about Masters of the Universe to exploit on that nostalgia. I wanted to talk about the imagery of the trailer itself, because as I'm telling you, if I go full filmmaking, I would start as a cinematographer. How to paint things on the screen with light, with color, with everything. That's what I would like to do first and foremost. That's what I love. And well, the way that is, this is a picture. Let's watch this. I cannot play this, of course, because I'm gonna get copyrighted instantly. But there's a few nice shots. Let me add some brightness so I can look better. That's nice shots in here. Things that look like Earth but not quite Earth. You remember Sorceress, who is like a falcon. There's an we start not so well. I hope that this is not the final production, because this looks like a video game. This looks like PlayStation 3 graphics. I have to be rude. I have to be rude. This looks like PlayStation 3 graphics. Why? And this is the kind of things that I see immediately as a 3D artist as well. The lack of detail. And you see that this looks like a flat surface, and this shouldn't be a flat surface. There's no depth to this. And okay, this a bit disappointing. The lighting and the contrast is nice, I guess. Okay, I thought I was mistaken. This was the trailer to Snow White. I remember that I spoke about Snow White. Not gonna lie, watching Grayskull's castle gave me goosebumps, put my hair on end. It's something that is unavoidable. I can, even if I'm missing, I don't know, maybe I'm gonna say this okay. You see that there's a lot more detail in here. Still looks like a bit of PlayStation 3-ish graphics. The idea of an image, of this kind of images, is that you need to feel the size of the thing that is in front of you. That is the most difficult thing in cinema, because the expanse. That's why I was talking about this in other trailers that we were talking about. This is okay-ish. This is the thing that we have, Eternia, which is kind of a mix between something that is medieval and futuristic. You have there's spaceships, and one thing that you're gonna notice, and I said this on my X account, is that this absolutely looks like Thor Ragnarok if an AI was drawing Thor Ragnarok from memory. I mean, this absolutely looks like the same aesthetics. The sword. Okay, I thought it was like made from glass, which shouldn't look like made from glass, but okay, I guess. Again, like, there's a lot more detail that could be into this. That I don't know if it has been washed away by the quality of the video. This again, okay, so you have this dude who was exiled. This is a young Prince Adam, and then we have Prince Adam. One thing I'm going to say, I don't know how you're going to take it. I think the casting of Prince Adam and He-Man is on point. I think that the guy looks the part. Okay, then the hairstyle, the guy. First impression, say okay. This is This is a nice first impression. I was worried of them, you know, doing some crazy stuff. I don't know, going crazy with the casting. Okay, this looks okay-ish, more or less. Have some observations, especially when you work with 3D. This is, for example, this. You have some armor. Usually, you want more detail in the armor. This is a bit rough. This is like a first pass. You would want a lot more detail. Maybe some insignias in the armor to distinguish people or soldiers, or have some more on that, some more detail in that armor. I'm gonna be a bit complaining. This shot is nice. I like this kind of shots. This following shot was nice. You see that there's detail, that there's depth to this, there's movement. And then we switch back to he was sent to Earth. And I saw people complain about this. It seems that he had to be banished to Earth, to be saved from whatever war was happening in Eternia. And people were complaining about the pronouns, but that was part of the point. That's part of the point. It's like he's in Earth, this boring 9-to-5 job, and he's Adam Glenn, he, him, has pronouns. That's basically LinkedIn hell. So it fits. I think that was interesting. As a DEI boss, he's looking for a sword. Somebody found his sword. I think the guy, again, I look at him and say, yeah, this is our guy. This could work. This could work. And you know that I criticize everything. I'm very grumpy. I'm very grumpy. And then he smiles when he sees this sword, which we don't know how this sword, this is in this comic book store. I'm afraid that we are watching basically the whole plot of the movie here. He tries to touch it. He tries to grab it. He jokes about it. We got the more PlayStation 3 graphics. Okay, I hope this is better. Not even PlayStation 4. This should be a ginger. This apparently is as ginger as you can get in Hollywood nowadays. This is Teela. You remember that Teela had this hairstyle. I don't know if I can look for Teela right now very quickly. Where's Teela? Okay, we have this image of Teela, so we can compare very quickly. I have to, just in case you don't remember who Teela is and you understand the level of recasting. Oh my God, why do they recast them like this? This is Teela. I'm going to put her in here. Can I put her in here on the top? This is Teela. Okay? This is the character that, and this is apparently the Teela of the movie. Why do they do this? Why? Okay, and then they begin to travel in time or something, I guess. Okay, and it's like the same multicolor travel as in Thor Ragnarok. You don't remember that Thor opened this like portal that was multicolored, and the effect is pretty much the same. So, okay, I guess. And they arrive, and this, I'm telling you, this 100%, I think I could look for Thor Ragnarok's trailers and find shot-by-shot comparisons of this. And this is when I have a problem. And it's the washing of this wash style that I don't know. And some people criticize Zack Snyder, for example, of being too high contrast, that we call that f-stops, the difference between the lights and the shadows and a shot. I know that they're out in the open. It's like bright noon. Shadows shouldn't be as, but I don't know. This is washiness of the colors that I don't get. I don't know why this looks so dull. Compare this to the shot that we had before. Compared to the richness of this shot, okay? in Eternia to this shot when they arrive. It should be also a bit more contrast. I don't know. Maybe they can fix that. This shot, for example, has much more contrast, much better contrast. Looks very nice. Looks much better this in terms of color, in terms of contrast. Still, no, I would say that the depth is the depth, the separation between the figure and the background is nice. And here it looks a bit flat, but this is what this shot should have been. This shot, and I don't know why it looks so dull. We have spaceships. We have Idris Elba as Man-at-Arms. Okay, I don't know why. I like Idris Elba a lot. I did not have a problem. In fact, now that we talk about Thor Ragnarok and Thor in general, I did not have a problem with Idris Elba as I don't remember what was the character. Maybe you can help me. But he was being cast as a Nordic character that should have been blonde with blue eyes. I didn't have a problem because Idris Elba is just amazing. But this is the character. This is the character that he is standing up for. Okay. What happened here? We needed Tom Selleck. This would have been great for Tom Selleck, but Tom Selleck is too old. Tom Selleck would have been perfect, but at least they could have nailed the armor, I guess. But they no. But if they wanted the armor, this was Descartes 256 on X. They say maybe it could have been Terry Crews. You want to go? You really want to go black? Let's go with Terry Crews. Terry Crews would have been amazing for that role. I would have watched that movie. He played Heimdall. Yeah, it was. Thank you, Nicole. He played Heimdall. I remember, and that role as Heimdall was great. So great role. Let me see. Jump forward. Okay, we had blasters. We have the whole team. It's nice that he's wearing basically the Prince Adam clothes. I like that part. Skeletor is played by Jared Leto. Skeletor is played by Jared Leto. We don't know what kind of crazy stuff. You know that Jared Leto is a method actor. We don't know if Jared Leto actually ripped his face apart to properly play Skeletor. You know, being a method actor and being crazy at everything that he does. Oh yeah, I remember that guy. The guy with the hand, with the fist, with the iron fist. And he invokes. Oh, I had this. I had this toy. I remember you. I had this guy. I don't remember your name, but I absolutely had you. Or maybe you. I borrowed that from. And it was Beast, of course. They're gonna fight on the city as well. I mean, it's kind of the plot of that Dolph Lundgren movie. You remember that they were also between these two worlds at the same time. Evil Inn is there. Looks nice. Looks on point. Evil Inn looks on point. Of course, if she's evil, if she's white, she's not gonna be swapped. Rest assured. All right. Battle Cat looks, 10 out of 10. Battle Cat looks 10 out of 10. But I want to see Cringer as well. I want to see Cringer. I want to see him acting as Cringer as well, because Cringer was the whole point of the. In fact, Cringer stole the show so many times that I can't count so many of those times. This is a shot. This is exactly a shot from Thor Ragnarok. Okay, I remember it's the opposite when Thor is not jumping but falling, with the onto these soldiers and about to hit them. This is the exact opposite. He-Man, he invokes this and he's got the power and he's transformed into He-Man, and we have a glimpse of the guy on the He-Man costume that looks okay. I think that they could have used him up a bit, a bit of do the thing, bro. Okay, I think that we will have to go with the with the Temu muscles. Not we were expecting with the whole muscle suit. No, this was a bit of a disappointment. It was a bit of a disappointment. I mean, you can't even make out the triceps of this guy, and that is a requirement. I demand that at least with AI, we could use AI to put some actual triceps on there. Define, cut, like the 2% body fat. 2%. We need the 2% body fat. This is not it, bro. This is not. What is this? No. You have to cut on those beers, bro. You have to cut on those beers. You should look. You should look at the very least. Not that we mentioned Zack Snyder. You should look. That is not even He-Man. It's Dude Man. You should look at least like the 300 guys. You remember 300? Yeah, you should look at least as the 300 guys. Oh my God, Gerard Butler for the role looked more than like He-Man than you. No. This is what is this? What kind of no man? You were not even in the bulking phase. Look at that. Look at those quads. No. This is a travesty. No. I want a refund. We need AI to fix this. We need AI. What is this, man? Stop with the beers. Stop the beers. Stop. Too much Bud Light for you. Too much Bud Light, and then he is fighting Skeletor at the end. And Skeletor, Jared Leto does have a muscle suit. 300 is the perfect analogy of what he should look through. Yeah, that was a good example. Jared Leto. Okay, this was Chef's kiss. I remember that. This was so on point that is scary. Skeletor, they absolutely nailed it. But no, this is. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you invoke the power. Maybe you can do it a second time. Maybe there was some part of the energy that you forgot. Maybe the connection was lost and all the power was not downloaded. Yeah, because I don't know, bro. I don't know, but we were expecting. Okay, Skeletor goes berserk. I'm expecting also Skeletor to be in a Mortal Kombat game at any time soon. And they're fighting, all right, and on theaters, June 5. Okay, so that's it. PlayStation 3 graphics, I hope that they can improve. They absolutely can improve. The plot, I hope that it is not a bait and switch. You know that He-Man is gonna be the protagonist, and then they switch to, I don't know, is Teela the one? Oh, Teela was the one all along, and Teela goes, I don't know, she begins to fight in dudes of 300-pound dudes. You know how it works in Hollywood nowadays. But I hope that they just play it safe. Like the Super Mario movie. Play it safe. It's easy. Play it safe. It's how difficult can it be? We already saw like 80% of the plot. I'm not complaining. Let's watch this, and especially try not to do what Netflix did. I was not going to mention that, but I'm gonna do. Try not to do what Netflix did to my little boy. How they massacre my boy, He-Man. Not gonna elaborate more on that, but. Again, I was also a big fan of She-Ra. And yeah, in many ways. Not gonna elaborate on that, but I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Scene Surgeon. Watch this on my Scene Surgeon channel. Much love.